Hi, my name is Michael. We begin with education. The best things that happened to me in high school were Latin and German. Not because I wound up speaking either Latin or German, but because I came away with it, from it with an appreciation for the etymology of the language. It has been endlessly useful material. In university, I studied business and engineering, and after graduating, worked in the computer industry for a while. But I wanted to teach, and so I became a Montessori teacher, primary head teacher, meaning ages 3 to 6. However, in the ensuing 4 decades, I've taught in a number of settings and different age groups. I've taught in small private schools and large private schools. I've taught preschool children with learning disabilities, teenage children with behavioral issues. I've taught young adults in a corporate restaurant setting as a lead bartender, teaching them grace under pressure, cash management, point of sale software. And my most recent classroom experience was as the technology specialist in a Montessori pre and elementary school. I designed the curriculum, the computer curriculum, which was based on physical science. And I taught it from age 3 to age 12, which is quite a spread. You really have to grasp your material and figure out how to break it down and figure out how to break the language down. I consider that to be one of my core skills, the ability to simplify jargon. My current position is with a company called Educational Testing Service. I work online. I manage groups of people, 10 or 12 at a time. I manage them as a work shift. I make sure they're clocked in on time, they've done all the prep they need to do, and then they go ahead and they read writing samples from standardized tests on the elementary level. And as they're reading, I'm rereading behind them to make sure that they are applying the rubrics correctly. And if there's any problems that show up, then I get on the phone with the person, I mentor them, I coach them, try to get them back on track. My other major activity right now is my own personal project, which is primarycoil.com. This is a website that provides teaching resources for early childhood educators and that are focused on physical science. So my 2 main functions occur online, and that works very well in my life. And that's one of the reasons I'm here, but I'm also looking for a more direct one-to-one real life or one to a small group face-to-face interaction kind of position. So that's it in a nutshell. So now what do? We segue into the storytelling part. Okay. I am going to tell you a story about a magic cat. Now this magic cat's name was Mr. Bones. I don't know why. Mr. Bones came with his name. He came with his name, Mr. Bones. Now, Mr. Bones' magic was that he could always tell when you weren't well. And then he'd cast a spell. And here's how he did it. He'd come up to you real slow and gentle, and he would breathe your breath. And that's how he figured out what the problem was. And once he was satisfied, he would take his paws and he'd place them on you. And he'd give you the old ushy gush. You know what the ushy gush is, right? It's when a cat does this and softens you up. And he'd purr. And then he'd come right up to your face, and with that little soft part of the cheek that a cat has, he would brush his face on your cheek, like this. One side, and then the other. And before you know it, your arms are wrapped around him and you're falling asleep. Because that was Mr. Bones' magic. He could take you for a cat nap whenever he wanted. And he would never leave until you were awake again. And when you did wake up, You felt great. That was Mr. Bones. I can show him to you. I have a picture. It just so happens. There he is. Mr. Bones sitting on a Christmas box. Bones on a box. Real cat. I actually wrote him a song. And I'm going to play just a little bit of it for you. And then the story of Mr. Bones will be finished. This is my guitar. I wanna come back, I wanna come back. I wanna come back, I wanna come back. I wanna sneak up and sleep in your lap. I wanna be the tavern wearing your hat. Take me to heaven, I ain't ready for that. I just wanna come back as your cat. Don't take me to heaven, I ain't ready for that. I just wanna come back as your cat. Well, there you have it, the story of Mr. Bones. Mr. Bones.